For today, I don't know. Okay, your story is going to be a little different. That is popular, but your platform that has made, you know, you go into a place and people don't even know that it is you that has walked in. How does it feel? How do you? Is that a scar moment for you, or what was your real scar moment?
Really, for me, it's nothing, because the purpose, like she said, you have to check your purpose. My purpose is not to come and sell my face. I'm not an actor. They are actors, they're celebrities. I'm not supposed to be a celebrity. I'm supposed to come and build a brand. And that brand is my focus. And I have to push everything that I have into building that brand. And so if I walk into a place, I'm not looking to be a celebrity. I enjoy the life behind the scene. And I love the fact that the brand that we have created at Libra has gone beyond us. I mean, a friend called me from UK in our early days. This was around 2019. That she was at a restaurant and people were talking about my brand, and they said that that brand, that the owner actually resides in London. And the person in Nigeria, not even in Lagos, in Ibadan now, because you know the whole of it started in Ibadan and still in Ibadan. So that the person in Ibadan is just holding fault for the owner in UK. So my friend just called me to tease me that Ogbeni Baolube is still in UK. I just told her, I said, if they said I'm there, that's where I am. I want the brand to be everywhere. I want the brand to do exactly what I wanted to do. Because for me, if you heard my citation, it was all about networking and ICT, and that's my background. But for me, the movement started sometimes in 2011. Before 2011, I had zero knowledge of media. Zero knowledge. I had nothing about film. I don't have any background at all. And I don't have any structured training till today about the role of this. So, you know, I was just in my sitting room. I was watching African Magic. Just like you said, you watch one scene and it becomes a new story. It becomes a complete story. So that was it for me. I watched a particular scene, and it was a visual effect scene on African Magic, and I was annoyed. I was completely annoyed that, okay, television started in Nigeria in 1959 in Ibadan. The first television station in Africa started in Nigeria in Ibadan. And in 2011, this is what we are broadcasting to the world via cable. And I was annoyed. And for me, you know, I used to have a lot of introspections. And after being annoyed for a while, I asked myself, what have you done? It's very easy to condemn what people have done. I mean, it's very easy to sit down and say, on shaking dada, if it were Africa, if it were American movie, it would have been this, it would have been. What have you done? I asked myself that question. What have you done? What can you contribute? And then I told myself that I'm going to this industry and I'm going to contribute something. So, and what I want to contribute is to add value to what people there has been doing. People that are there presently, as at that time, had done something. That's why I could see something on TV. So if you have any value to add, don't just sit there and complain. Go in there and add value. So value adding is what brought me here. It's not to come and sell my face. So I don't lose focus of the fact that, okay, I want to be known, I want to be seen. I think I enjoy my private moment, but I love the fact that when people talk about my brand, and when they hear that brand, what comes to their mind is usually quality. And that's this for me.
I think Dr. Wasidian deserves an applause for that. And also because he was one of the first panelists that was here this morning. I think he came in around 10, 15, thereabouts. And he's been here sitting down like a gentleman since then. So a round of applause for Dr. Wasidian, please. Okay, so my next question goes to Alhaja Bukky, right? If I'm correct. Your journey in the industry has been very funny. I mean, not many people leave the industry, take a break, and then come back and win an AMA award. It's not everybody that can achieve it. Some people are even afraid of leaving the industry because they think that people will forget them and they don't want to have to start the journey all over again. But what were you thinking? Did you believe that you have to start from scratch again when you came back? Did you think that you will come this far? I mean, even after everything you built. And I think you're also a cyber security expert, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So you went, achieved, came back, achieved, went back again. So tell us about that journey. In 2 minutes, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My journey is very funny, like you said. But I would say this. First off, I'll start by saying things that I've always said. If you want to win any race in life, never you mind opposition. Because the minute you start to mind that opposition, forget totally about winning that race. And this race can come in any form, shape, or size. Always put that on your right hand. Never, but don't eat with it. My story of me going and coming, I don't believe in opposition. I don't cry over spilling milk. I want to move on. The only thing I will do, look at where I fell, look at what needs to be done, and face my front. A lot of people don't know this about me. I'm not a very social person. I'm more of an introvert. I know she can testify to that. You don't see me so much in parties.
Same here.
I use that time.
Please clap for her if you believe her. Please clap for her if you believe her.
Nobody is clapping.
It's biased.
I use that time and energy to do something differently. And that's why you could call me a cybersecurity analyst, an IT auditor, a writer, or you call me an actor. Wow. I wear so many caps. And to the glory of God,
I think let's clap if you're going to clap for
my scar to shine is so funny. I don't know if I've ever said this before, and if I've said it, I don't think I ever said it enough. I actually started acting so that when my children grow up, they would be able to, at least, I never thought of being a star, at least know where to find me. I am one woman that my children were taken from me when they were very young because I married into a very wealthy family. And I could not think I would become anything in this life. And here I am today.
That's just a round of applause.
I came from a polygamous family. A lot of people would wonder, she's from Ife. But a lot of people know that I am from Ogun State, Abeokuta. I didn't get to know my father until I am grown. So it is a very, very, when you say scars, I had scars. But today, I am shining.
Shining beautifully.
Shining beautifully. That sometimes I wonder, Bukky, who are you? But alhamdulillah, this is Bukky Wright, sitting right here in front of you. And I know that I don't think there's any story anybody want to tell about me that I'm ashamed to tell myself. Because I will always tell people, if if you do not tell your story yourself, they are going to tell it for you wrongly. So be courageous enough to tell your scars yourself, so that when it starts to heal, people can know where it actually hurts. Because they are not wearing your shoes, so they don't really know where it hurts. But to the glory of God, like I said, anytime I have a scar, I lock myself up and make sure that I come out with a shine. So that is the background of my story.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. So now we come to Alhaji Corporate, as I used to call him, when we didn't know his name back then. I mean, we all knew him as Alhaji Corporate before the industry was the industry. What was at the point you started, what was the story like? I mean, we all see Nollywood now and think that, oh, Nollywood is a glamorous place to be. But at the time that Nollywood started and was at the distribution era, you were a Titan, but people did not see you as just a Titan. They saw you as the person to go and to aspire to. How did you build to that point to become the go-to person in the industry? How did you get to that point? What was the story like? What was the journey like?
Plenty to talk about, but we have limited time, so I'll just pick on one. My background: I'm a child accountant, I'm a lecturer, I'm a tax consultant.
Please, a round of applause. These are achievers.
And up to today, I'm still a lecturer. For anybody that aspire to be child accountant, a lot of them go through us. Currently, I can say with boldness, the current Minister of Finance happen to be my students. The current chairman of the FRC man, Federal Inland Revenue, Zach, was also my student. There's hardly any industry that I go today that I will not see one of my students. You now ask yourself, as a professional accountant, what is my link with movie industry? It's all about interest, and it's all about what we call diversification. Don't put all your egg in one basket. Do business or business that are not related. But surprisingly, when I started, I put in a lot of money into this business. And at the point, I lost everything. At the point, I woke up one night and asked myself, what am I even doing in this industry? Because at that point, I started borrowing from friends to survive. So consistent is the key.
How many years did it take you to, stabilize?
Almost 3 or 4 years. And to God be the glory, corporate picture is what it is today. And our watchword has always been quality. So what I tell anybody is that you must be consistent in whatever you do. If you knock on somebody's door and it's not open, and you leave that place, the door will not open. Keep knocking. The door will eventually be open for you. And during that period, you're going to have a lot of enemies. People don't want you to succeed. And you have more enemies when you succeed. I'll give you a current example. Some people might not like it here. Arsenal. Currently, people hate Arsenal. Especially Chelsea fans. I'm coming. Because the guy has been knocking on the door He's been consistent, second. Where it's now looking like a reality that's going to get the first position this season. The hatred comes. So what I'm trying to say is that don't look at your haters. Focus on where you are.
A round of applause.